welcome to Katana Whisperer headquarters, where today we have a Strat, obviously. It's fairly old, 1983 apparently, and made in the USA. So yeah, getting on for vintage, I suppose, these days anyway. I remember when vintage meant 1960s. Now that I'm vintage myself, it means stuff that was made after I was born instead of before it. But anyway, yes, it's a standard kind of Strat. Nothing fancy going on. Maple fingerboard. Smallish headstock, I think. 4-bolt neck. The whole thing is kind of grungy. It's been in storage for some time, and the electronics aren't working very well. It could do with a setup, obviously. Fret wise, these I think are on the limit of getting into refret territory. I'll give them a measure in a bit. Unfortunately, I don't think I'd be able to do that here because I would have to respray the neck afterwards. And I'm not really set up for spraying in this little workshop. But anyway, I'll measure them in a bit and tidy them up, do the best I can anyway. All this marking on the fingerboard isn't where the lacquer's worn through, it's just dirt. So it's actually in pretty good condition. So yeah, I think we're just going to take the strings off first, check the electronics over, clean it all up, inspect the frets, do as much of a setup as we can, and then see where we are. Here's a close-up of some of the filth. You can see where it's built up on the end of the pickup there. And on those, and then on the fingerboard. I've found before in the past that these 80s fenders have very delicate lacquer on the fingerboard, which tries to fall off at the slightest provocation, so I'm going to have to be careful with that. Very gentle cleaning. Cut! Hello, Noodle. Anyway, strings are off, and here's another look at the dirt. Lots of it. I'll be wearing gloves for this one. Like I say, it's been in storage for a long time, and clearly heavily played before that. To be honest, I'd rather this than one that was this old in absolute pristine condition, because it means it's been played. You know, that's what they're there for, aren't they? I just measured the height of the frets as well with a gauge, and they're on about 35 thou, which is okay, but borderline not okay. So I'll clean them up as best I can. We'll get one more run out of this before it has to go for a refit somewhere, and somewhere that's got spraying facilities. Right, let's start getting this dirt off and have a look under the scratch plate. Normally on fingerboards this dirty, shall we say, I would go at it with a razor blade scraper to get it off. You can see me doing this in some of the other videos, especially on the one of my own Aria acoustic that I got around the corner in the charity shop. But like I say, this lacquer is normally very thin and pretty delicate, so it's going to be kitchen roll and cleaning solution, which is a very mild solution that's got a bit of vinegar in there and a bit of detergent. Oh, I just have to work away at it until it comes off. Won't be Noodle. So helpful. And now that is an impressive bit of finish. But it's not fading, is it? It's the opposite. Original finish. This is what it looks like now. That's fantastic. It looks like it's been out in the sun and got a tan. I don't know what's caused this, but cigarettes may have been involved, I suppose. Just ultraviolet or whatever, I'm not sure. Anyway, fantastic tide mark too. So yeah, this is the original finish here, or the original colour of the finish. It's got the fender inspection sticker on it there. Honestly, it looks like it's been masked off and sprayed, doesn't it? But it hasn't. Let's look at the electronics. Nothing fancy going on there. I mean, there's a lot of dirt on those pots. We'll start brushing all the loose stuff off the outside, and then we'll whack a bit of deoxit in there. Pickups have this nice, it looks like packing tape or something, bundling them up. I don't know if those initials are significant. XJ. This one says IG. Perhaps they're thinking about Instagram in the future. Yeah, shielding on the back of the scratch plate, no shielding in the cavity. Not a swimming pool route, which is always nice. It shows they've taken a bit of care over it. This sticker here, which they'd sprayed over, somehow is starting to lift off now. But yeah, a bit more cleaning. And then we'll see what sort of noises it makes. There we go then. I've flushed everything out very thoroughly with a bit of the old deoxit, which is the good stuff. And yeah, as you can tell, it all works and nothing crackles when I turn the knobs. So that's good. I was thinking that I was probably going to be replacing all those pots or something, but they've come back to life fine. It's making all the right clunking noises when I tap it with a screwdriver at the moment. Obviously we need to get some strings on at some point and test it properly. But that's good. No crackling. Every position makes the noise it's supposed to. And yeah, a bit more cleaning now, I think. Let's get this scratch plate a bit cleaner. Here it is, strung up with a fresh set of 9s. And it plays pretty well, actually. I had to tweak the truss rod slightly and adjust the action so it was a bit more even, but it's got a nice low action without any buzzing, around about 50 thou at the 12th. Like I say, the frets are on their last lap. And unfortunately I don't have the facilities here to do the quality of spraying job that I would have to do to refinish the fingerboard if I was going to refret it here. So when that occasion arose, I might have to go off to somebody else. But look at it, it's great, isn't it? This is 1983. Relic people take note. This is 42 years old, and it doesn't look like it's been attacked by a man in a suit made of sandpaper. Obviously the colour of the paint is radically different to what it was before, but good nick, I'd say. Electronics all working, everything's tightened up. It's good to go, and yeah. Always fun to work on stuff like this. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.